Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, September 12th. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. I'm going to go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started with our session shortly. So I did see the messages in the group, guys, regarding the lot size change for US30 on FTMO. I personally didn't get that email, so I don't even know what's going on. So we'll have to play around with it to figure out, what the actual lot size is. So I'll just start with some 0.0 or some 1.00s to see, and then we'll make adjustments from there. But let me just finish setting up this room real quick, and then we can get started shortly with our analysis for today. All right, looks good. Looks good. All right, solid. Let me get this link sent out to you guys. Yeah, in the premium. It's good. All right. All right, so I'll give it a few minutes for people to make their way in, guys. As you guys start to join the room, I'm gonna go ahead and mark up the K2SR zones here. There's about one right there, there. All right, cool. Adjust this one a little more. Looks good. Looks good. All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today's Monday, September 12th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So let's see who's here so far. Morning, Saren. Morning, Peter. Morning, David. Morning, Marco. Morning, Flenmy. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. So, morning, Maria. I did see your guys' messages in the group regarding the lot size change for US30 with regard to FTMO. I didn't get that email, so I don't know what's going on. I do have the FTMO quick trade manager in my platform though on MT4. So I'm looking at it. It looks like the lot size actually went similar to MFF. So it's a little different. I could put 10 lots here and it looks like my risk goes to using our normal lot size. My risk changes to 300, 100, like pips. It's the same thing. So I think it went to the same as MFF. So now it's 100 lots. But I can't say for sure because I haven't taken any trades on here. If anyone's taken any trades, if you guys can just give some input, what the lot size is like now. Because I did see that you guys posted that it went from right, we've mentioned it here, went from like 10 to 100. Where's the chat? Someone posted it here earlier that changed. Yeah, so Casey said contract size for US30 has changed from 10 to 1. He said he never received the email either. I've never received it either. Okay, Maria said she did a test. It's the same as MFF. Okay, thank you, Maria. So that's good to know. I'm gonna have to make some changes on my end as well. So hopefully they're not using the same broker as MFF because that'd be horrible. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Well, thanks, Sharon, for letting us know. And thanks, Maria. So it looks like from Surin and Maria that lot sizes for FTMO have changed from it's basically the same as MFF now. So a 10 lot is now equal to 100 lot. So it's just gonna be the same across the board. Rick said the new name is FTMFF. Yeah, Stern said no emails arrived. Yeah, I haven't seen anything with the emails. Yeah, and I'll have the quick trade tool manager, so it already shows how much it's worth each pip. So nothing's really changed. It's just the lot size is now times 10. And Maria said the worst things are the gaps. So, I mean, we'll see how that's going to play out because obviously we're coming back from a weekend. So typically there are gaps anyways today. I don't think there's any other news for today. So let me see. There's no news for this morning here. Let me check my FX book. I don't think there's news from this morning either. So there's news at 8 o'clock. And that's going to be fine because we're not going to be trading around 8. But that's about it. So, all right, I think we're good to go, guys. Market is opening in about 3 minutes. So let me take a look at what the overall bias is looking like for today. Looking over here at sentiment. Sentiment is currently 49% long, 51% short. So it's pretty neutral right now with regards to long-term sentiment. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently up 87 points. So they're not necessarily very strong for a bullish bias, but they're somewhat there. So we have a neutral to bullish overall bias long-term. Short-term bias right now is currently bullish. Reason for that is because the trend meter down here is green and price is above the pivots, with the pivots green over red and angling to the upside. So with that said, we have a long-term neutral to bullish bias with a short-term bullish bias. So we might be looking for buys today, but there's no guarantee that's going to stay that way, right? So you just want to make sure that you're fully analyzing the market and consistently checking to see if things have changed. It's 6:28 right now, so the market's going to open in about 2 minutes, and we can get started. So other than that, I think that's about it. See, Maria said no, there are gaps every 2-3 candles. So I'm not sure what you mean by gaps, Maria. Does that mean that there's a gap in pricing, or is there just a freeze in FTMO pricing? I mean, if that's the case, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be taking the trades. You're not really trading off the charts on MT4. So the gaps don't really matter if that's what you're seeing on the charts. If the price movement is about the same, then it's not really going to, make a change for us. So Brian said, do the DOMs still have the same settings? I mean, I'm pretty sure it has the same settings because I have it set to mine that way right now. Brian, I'm using the FTMO trade manager though, not the DOM. So I can't really say. Again, I haven't taken any trades, guys, so I have no answers for you guys for any changes, but I'm thinking it's the same thing. When I take the trade right now, I'll be able to let you guys know, but I'm using the FTMO trade manager, so I can't really say for the DOM, but it should be the same thing. Morning, Ruin. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, everybody. Patrick's asking, affect DOM settings. Honestly, I can't say. Patrick, same with your response, my response to Brian. You guys would have to test it out because I'm not using the DOM. I'm using the FTMO trade manager. But on the FTMO trade manager, it's the same thing. It hasn't changed. It's still 3,000, 1,000. So you guys would have to test it out. I'm not using the DOM, so I can't check it for you guys. Just use a small, or start with it how it normally was. And then if you need to increase or decrease it, you can do that. You'll see on the chart if it's like so spread out though. So it shouldn't be too hard to confirm. All right, so price is pushing up right here in the direction of the overall and short-term bias. Price is pushing up. There's no rejection off structure though, so there can't be an entry off this candle. Price is touching it, but it's not necessarily rejecting off it. So we'll see shortly, guys. Once we take our first trade, I can let you guys know what's different, what's the same. If the TP stop loss is too wide, I'll just have to manually exit the trade. So that's what you guys can do. If you guys are taking the DOM, you can take the trade, but just watch your screen so that you can manually enter and exit the trade if necessary. All right, so I think everything here is good. Hey, everyone, morning. All right, so price is pushing around this area. We're looking for that wick rejection off the structure right here. We already have the bullish some bias, with regard to trend meter, pivots, etc. We just need to confirm that we get that wick rejection. So these two candles right here touch the zone right here, but they don't actually reject off it. They need to cut into it and reject off it in order for it to confirm. We also need this buy signal here to close properly in order for us to take the trade. For this right here, this is not going to be an entry. We'll have to wait again for another rejection. In order for us to get an entry, price needs to close within this SR zone or this SR zone down here, or even the one down here if it comes back that low. But yeah, we don't have any of that yet. All right, still don't have it yet. We have the pending buy signal. So let me go ahead and just move this over right here. So we do have the pending buy signal, but we don't have the wick rejection, which is the most important part. It's first step. We have about 38 seconds left on this candle. Let's see how this pushes. If it stays within this area, then great. If not, let's go wait for it to push around again. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently now up 145 points. Let's see. The news here says Dow climbs 100 points to start the week as market relieves. Rally pushes higher. So I think price is going to drop actually. CNBC just announced this. So you got to be a bit careful looking for some buys here, because you typically don't want to trade in the direction that either is being influenced or that retail traders are trading in. So you want to be a bit careful. So you can see right here, price, I wouldn't be surprised if price just rejects off here and comes back down. One thing that you want to be careful for is this might be an entry right here. Let me see if there's anything else, any other red flags that we should maybe look out for. Let me see if price is overextended. So price is pushed from this point to here, retraced. It looks fine to me actually. So retraced right here too. So I think price should be fine. This just needs to close as a moderate to strong red candle. Mostly moderate, but we just need to make sure that it closes with the buy signal in place. So this might be an entry here. We'll have to see, make sure this candle doesn't close too big. So no buy signal. We need the signal to close with the buy signal. So unless it closes with the buy signal, no entry. Also, the wick on top can't be too big. So no buy signal off that candle, no entry. So you guys want to be careful, because I think this is going to be a fake out. Price might swing back down just because CNBC over here recorded good news for US30. You want to be very careful. They released this about 7 minutes ago. So we'll keep an eye out on it. But if we do get a proper entry, we'll take it, obviously. We just don't have it yet. And thanks, Maddie and Peter as well, confirming that the heat map is all green. So heat map over here is all green. So we might get a continued push up, enough for us to hit our TP. Again, the spread right now is currently 190, so you want to be very careful. If you do enter a trade, make sure that you pull out manually if it does hit your TP, because you don't want to get caught in the wide spread. So no entry off here yet. So we still don't have that buy signal. We're still waiting for it. We do have the wick rejection right here. We'll see if this closes here with a moderate candle with the buy signal. If it does, then we can possibly take it. If not, then we just got to keep waiting. So you can see out here, price is starting to swing back down, right? It's kind of what we anticipated, because CNBC did report positive news for US30. So we'll just keep an eye out on it. If it closes up here, then we can maybe take it. If not, then let's keep waiting. Got about 20 seconds left on this candle here. Doesn't look like it's going to swing back up. So as you guys can see, so you want to be careful. So just keep an eye out, guys. Whenever you guys see news from CNBC, if they report positive, have an idea that price might be coming down, and then vice versa. Goldman's Apple Card business has a surprising subprime problem. It's gonna be crazy. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this card fails, because if you guys remember the subprime problem in 2008 when the housing crash happened, the thing with this Apple card is anybody could get this Apple card. If you have an iPhone, like you just apply for the Apple credit card and they'll give it to you. So I'm not surprised that they have an issue with a subprime problem. So we'll see if that's the start of our depression. I mean, we're already in a depression somewhat. All these other things are just going to happen. It's going to cause it to be even worse. If you guys are familiar with like what happened with the crash, a couple years back, it's like the same thing repeating itself. Now it's just credit cards because they're giving credit cards to anybody. All right. So I don't think there's anything else here for us to look at. It's bullish here. Heat maps green. Retail sentiment over here is also indicating somewhat bullish. Not very strong, but it is indicating bullish. Still 51% short. So we still haven't gotten that buy signal yet. Still waiting for it to come up here. But you guys can see that this here reacted to the news, right? Price pushed up right here. CNBC said that the Dow is bullish. It said it climbs 100 points. And it says that the market's relief rally pushes higher. Look what happened to the market here. It's now doing the opposite. So, if they're reporting something positive, you definitely want to be careful for this fake out to the bottom, and then vice versa, you get another fake out right back to the top. All right, so we'll see where this goes here. We got a wick rejection off the structure. I don't know how long this will drop for. This is probably just temporary, but it did play out pretty perfect with the swing back to the downside. However, no entry for us to take here. Still looking for bias because the heat map here, the trend meter is still green. Pivots are still bullish as well. So another wick rejection off here. We would need a buy signal here to close in order for us to take an entry. Let's see. Got about 30 seconds left on this candle. Got to make sure it's not too big. Still no buy signal there. The candle is not too big. So if it closes up here, it's going to be too big because the entire body and wick is going to engulf the stop loss here. So it doesn't look like we'll get an entry off this, even if it does close proper. All right, no buy signal here. Try again for this next one. There's a buy signal here, but there's no wick rejection off the structure. Oh, thanks, Maria. Forgot to mark up opening price. So opening price is right over here. All right, so we're not going to get an entry off this because we have no wick rejection. This is okay. I want this buy signal here to close, and I need it to close above this SR zone so that we can get that wick rejection off this area here. We just need price to push up a little more, close around that area, and then provide the wick rejection that we're looking for. I need to push up a little more. Perfect. All right, so we got the wick rejection right here. We just need a moderate green candle with the buy signal to close. If we can get that, this will be an entry for an SR rejection. So just keep an eye out for it. We have about 40 seconds left on the chart. 40 seconds left on this candle. So we just got to be patient. Make sure that you're actually waiting for it to close, with the buy signal here. Don't enter early because this can easily shift on you. Spread still at 190. So let's see, we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. And it did not close, unfortunately. I got another one right here though. So we need this here to close. About 40 seconds left on this candle. So not gonna lie, guys, I accidentally entered this entry here. I thought it was gonna close and I took it. I didn't say anything because I didn't want you guys to hop in with me, but it did hit my TP. So I accidentally entered a second early and it dropped down and it hit my TP. If this closes here, I'm gonna take this one though. So it needs to close with a moderate green candle with the momentum signal present. So this here is not closing. There's no entry. So we have no official entries here. I accidentally entered this one too early, guys. I always tell you guys to wait for the candle to close. I got some FOMO there for a second and I entered it and hit my TP already. It's not going to count as an official trade, but I just want to let you guys know and give you guys a heads up so that when I do post my profits later, you guys aren't like wondering where that came from. Still waiting for an entry here, like an actual entry. This one here might close, but we'll see where it's at. I actually locked in a lot of profit off that. There's some slippage in my favor. So yeah, the FTMO lot size is just the, it's the same as MFF now. It's just 100 lots. I don't see any issues with my side though. It looks fine. So this here might close. If it does, possible entry there. Not in this position yet. Let me see if I can get in. All right, I'm about to get in for a late entry, full TP off that. All right, so if you guys took it, great. It's the same thing we're looking for. Actually, this doesn't fit as a requirement either. Sorry, guys. This is, I mean, I took the trade here. If you guys took it, great, because it would have hit your TP. But I'm looking at the wick now. The wick didn't actually touch the, it didn't reject off the structure. Sorry, guys. I was looking at this one before here. And if you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I pulled out early. So I hopped in and I pulled out, only locked in 580. Jonathan said, whoops. Yeah, I know it looked like it touched it, but it didn't. So if you guys are in it, make sure you pull out in profit. Yeah, this would be considered a pivot scalp though. Maddie said he took it because it wicked off the previous 5-minute high. It was also a triple confluence. So there was like a bunch of entries here, guys. This could have been a triple confluence. It could have been, I mean, there's like a lot of entries that it could have hit as, but I did take it. So it was a pivot scalp, a triple confluence, it looks like. Someone mentioned, Maddie said indicating a bullish push. There's a lot of entries that came up off this here. So if you guys took it, great. If not, it's okay. I'll just post this here because I did tell you guys to take it. So if this would have lost, you know, would have counted as a loss. I'll just put this here so that you guys can see it. And then I'll take a screenshot of my profits. Man, what a weird day so far. So I FOMO'd into a move and then I accidentally took this one here that didn't close proper, but I'm glad it hit. So here, let me screenshot my profits real quick. Actually pretty good so far. But it's okay. If you guys can catch any of the trades, just wait. The market is being super iffy right now with the movement. It's moving kind of blocky, where it's not really moving as smooth. I mean, thankfully it did hit for both of the entries that I took, but it is moving a bit blocky right now. So guys, just keep in mind, I mean, I got to remind myself too, it's just Monday. I don't have to follow into these trades. So I know I should be following the same advice I'm giving you guys, but you know, just keep that in mind if you guys can. It's still Monday. Keep forgetting it's barely Monday. It's ready to get my first profits for the week. All right, so all my accounts actually are sitting not too bad. There's a gap right there in price. Not necessarily a gap, but a gap in data. All right, not bad. And my last Price is moving very weird though, if you guys can see. MT4 looks fine. I'm looking at MT4, my FTMO data, and there's no gaps in there. So it's just a gap in data. It wasn't necessarily like a spike or whatever. Seems like FTMY just frozen for a short while. So let me push this. All right, so here are my profits so far on all of my accounts. Clean this up a little bit. We just got to take it easy and chill right now. Maddie said, I'm gonna chill. Yeah, I'm gonna chill too. Because it's way overextended now at this point. So price is pushed up from down here to up here. We got to wait for it to retrace. It's pushed up about 1,000 pips without, a little over 1,000 pips without stopping. So we gotta give it some time. But let me show you guys my profits. So here are my profits so far across all my accounts. Here is my main account. You can see with the green strip where I hit TP. I locked in a total profit of 2,090 off this account. Here's my FTMO copier. I locked in a little more, 2,640. As you can see, some slippage worked in my favor there. Here's my MFF account. I locked in 2,470. My second MFF, 2,320. And then my third MFF, 2,370. So each account here has totally different profits. Obviously, you can see there's some slippage that is working in my favor for today, thankfully, because it screwed me for the past couple weeks, if not, last month with MFF. It's working in my favor now. So I did make a lot more profit than I should have. First trade should have only been 1,000 profit, but I made 1,500 off here, 1,600, 1,600, 1,500, etc. So it looks good. If you guys have any profits to post up, feel free. I can see a couple here already posted. So let's see. Kenny over here, he locked in a total of 743. Looks like he's trying to get that free retry, but he's still in the game. So nice work right there, Kenny. Let me go ahead and just copy my profits over to the saves for today. Some more profits over here as well. Maddie locked in a total of 1,070. Nice work, Maddie. We got Patricia over here. Patricia locked in a total of 4,112 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. And then we got Valentine over here locked in a total profit of 2,335 for the day. Great work, Valentine. All right, so you guys are doing pretty good. If you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free. Otherwise, we'll continue on with our session for today. Scotty over here as well, currently up 530 for the day. Looks like he had an accidental loss right here. Made it right back on this most recent win for 590. So he's currently up 530 for the day. Nice work. Scotty, Slava over here as well, currently up 5,343 for the day. Nice work, Slava. So you guys are doing pretty good, kicking off the week right with some solid profits. As where price is currently at, there's no entries for us to take. We got to wait for some more zones to produce up here, which will happen eventually. It's just going to be a matter of time. If you guys drew up the liquidity areas right here, you can see that liquidity did get hit pre-market. There was a bunch of highs right here, pretty much got knocked out. These got knocked out on open. And then it got pretty much wiped out the rest of the highs over here as well. So if you guys are following that, you guys can see right here. I'll just mark it up for you guys real quick to show you guys an illustration of where the high lows got hit. Right there. So there goes the areas of liquidity, right? As price pushed up right here, it wasn't a random push. Price pushed up, hit liquidity here, and continued up to wipe out all of liquidity right there. So pretty solid. Price is now super overextended, so we got to wait for it to pull back. I'm going to go ahead and mark up the high lows right here to cover the area. Looks good for the most part. This is the clean chart. Here's our chart markup. There's no zones around this area right now, so there's nothing for us to take at the moment. Let me just put a little description here. Quick scalps. Taking a live session. All right, so it's a matter of time until we get another entry. So just be patient, guys. If you guys are itching to get a trade, just wait because there's nothing for us to take at the moment. Hopefully we'll get an entry soon. but it looks like this new server on FTMO is not too bad after all. I was kind of worried for a second because you guys were talking about it this morning, but it looks like it's pretty much the same. It's just a different lot size now. Rick said probably on TFF's server. I know they keep changing servers. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, but I don't get it because it just changes the whole aspect of everything. Here, let's see. Exactly. Medusa knocked out all liquidity. I agree. Kenny said, just started my second free retry today. Nice work, Kenny. Yeah, so good luck on your retry. Mauricio said, guys, check your settings on your copy. I had mine set to max 10 lots. None of my trades got copied. Yeah, I actually changed mine this morning, Mauricio. So I changed mine to 100 and actually copied over proper. So mine's fine. I did change my max lot to 100 though. So that's why I took it on all my accounts. My MFF was already set. So I think MFF's max. Oh crap. I just realized I need to change that, but I think it's fine. For my MFFs, I didn't change. It's still in a 10 multiplier, but I have it set to max 100 lots, so it wouldn't really matter. So I'll just change the multiplier right now. That would have been crazy if my MFF took like 1,000 lot size. It wouldn't allow it though because it's already maxed out, but that would have been crazy. Yeah, so it listened to my max lot. Man, I would have been sad. Actually, no, that would have made me like some crazy profit because instead of making 2,000, I would have made 20,000 off the trade. But it goes both ways. Same with the risk. Brian said, forgot to change my lot size, got 1/10 of the profit should have gotten. Yeah, I know, definitely. I was worried that was going to happen with me too, Brian. Thankfully, I changed it like the last second. Like I literally was on Social Trader Tools and I changed it like right then and there and it worked out for me. So thankfully. Rick said, holy Jesus, do you have Cliff Notes? Let me read this here. So guys, price is super overextended, so it's fine. I'm looking at the messages here on the Zoom because we just have a conversation going on over here with regard to the new switch in servers with FTMO. So there's nothing for us to take here anyways, guys. Don't worry, I'm not like going off track and I'm still paying attention to the charts. There just isn't anything for us to take at the moment. Let me just adjust this a little bit because this did get a little higher. But it's irrelevant because price is way up here. So there's no entries for us to take right now. Price is super overextended. It's currently up 1,400 pips and it hasn't come down yet. So we need to wait for this to come down and retrace before we can look for any entries. So let's see, Patrick said, Sean, do you think maybe now that FTMO and MFF are the same contract size, you'll see less difference between your profits and FTMO and MFF? On the surface, it would feel like it shouldn't matter, but with the previous difference in contract size between the two firms, if execution times were off by a little, say 3 points, but by a factor of 10 lots, 10 times a lot, equal variability of 100, 300 bucks, maybe explains the difference in profits you're seeing, because it seems weird that the first day FTMO changes the contract size, you don't get screwed on MFF. Oh, yeah, and I could kind of see that because of the execution times, right, Patrick? So yeah, maybe that might be the case. And maybe that's why FTMO has changed their lot size because they want to align it with MFF, which is, from my experience, the second best funding company. Maybe they heard our complaints. Maybe they heard me complaining here on the live sessions for the past, I don't know how many days, because there's a lot of people on here who are on there. Oh crap, what did I do? There's a lot of people on here that are on, there we go, we're back, that are on their Discord. I'm not on their Discord, so I'm not on any funding company's Discords. So I don't know what they're talking about on there, but maybe someone heard me complaining or heard other people complaining about the same thing. And that's probably why they changed servers. So yeah, you could be right, Patrick, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt today. I just want to make sure it stays like this for the next couple of days and it doesn't get all screwed up when they, typically change servers. So yeah, no, you do have a point, Patrick, and hopefully that's the what's going on there. All right, so I'm waiting for this to pull back. Price is still overextended. Let me go ahead and just mark this up again here. And the reason I mark this up is to give you guys a visualization, right? So that you guys can see that price is so far out that it needs to retrace down a little bit before it continues up higher. But as you can see, we already identified this to be bullish this morning, right? If you guys remember, so we looked at the overall bias. I mentioned that it is bullish, but neutral. Short-term bias was bullish as well. So if you guys, took that into consideration, this push to the upside is really no surprise because we already knew price was going to go up. We looked at sentiment over here. Sentiment was 51% short. I think it still is. And the fundamentals here were very bullish. They're up 265 points with the heat map all green. So there's no surprise. We knew price was going to go up. The thing here is that you guys shouldn't chase the push up though, because price is due for retracement. So now that it's pushed up so high, it's going to have to retrace at some point. It's impossible for it to just forever push up without retracing. Depending on how wide your stop loss is, that could be the difference between winning a trade and losing a trade. So yeah, Maddie said need a pullback. Retail sitting out. I agree. They haven't really pushed anything yet. So sentiment here hasn't changed at all. And you guys can see that if the retail traders aren't shifting to the buy side, then this push right here is all based off market makers, right? Maddie said, I can see manipulation going both ways, not taking next entry unless it's really, really good. And I agree too, Maddie. So for me too, what Maddie said is that price is so far, out. And this push wasn't based off retail traders. It was based off the market makers or institutions and whatnot. So what Maddie's saying is that when he sees the first trade, he's not going to take it. He's going to wait for it to confirm, and then he'll take the one after it, which is what I'm going to do as well. We would have to wait for a new zone to create anyways. So I'll probably wait for price to retrace, provide a fake out entry, and then on the next one, I'll probably take it if it actually hits. But yeah, that's a smart move, Maddie. And you're catching along, right? Like before, you didn't understand like why I did that. Now it makes sense to you that it's better to just sit out, wait for the market to really confirm things before actually entering anything. So yeah, Rick said it's Monday, take it easy. Exactly. It's still Monday. We have a whole week ahead of us. A lot of inflation news coming out this week as well. So I think price is getting propped up for the news tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. So we have CPI and core CPI tomorrow, inflation news, consumer price index. They're anticipating it to be negative for CPI. So I think price is just getting propped up for the week, basically. So it's getting pushed up. Let me see if I can look on the higher time frames here. So let's just go on the hourly. You can see how price is getting propped up right here. The thing is, there's like a lot of areas where price hasn't retraced yet. Like this whole area here, price has not filled yet, right? It's like 8,000 pips from this point, or over 10,000 pips. So what I see happening here is price might push up for a bit, like for the rest of the day or so. And then tomorrow when the CPI news comes out, basically inflation news, it's not going to be positive. So when that happens, it's just going to swing right back down. There's really no reason for price to be going up. Yeah, like with what Mauricio said, we're going into a recession. So there's like no reason for it's really for it to be going up. I feel like a lot of these movements are based off the market makers luring people to think that the market is doing good, right? Because CNBC over here reported that it's climbing and it's doing well and it's recovering and etc. But I think this is all temporary. So we'll see. Yeah, Mauricio spelled out manipulation. So yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you, Mauricio. So I would not chase this buy here. The thing, price has to come back down and test the pivots. You can see how far it's pushed from the pivots right here, and it hasn't touched it yet. You can see right here, whenever price pushes forward like that, so price pushes away from the pivots, it comes back for the retest, pushes away from the pivots, retest, pushes away from the pivots really far, and then it reverses. See how this reversal happened here? From this point, that's basically what's going to happen here. Let me go ahead and just, I'll do a time distance from when it touched it until it reversed. So it went for about an hour and 20 minutes, right? An hour and 20 minutes. If you go over here, this has been pushing for a long time. It touched it down here. Actually, it hasn't even been touching it for that long. I mean, it hasn't been that far. It's only been pushing for about 30 minutes now. So you can see right here at an hour and 20 minutes, it started to consolidate a little bit and then did a full on reversal to the downside. That's kind of what I'm expecting right here. Price might push up for a bit. And then once it gets pushed out far enough, like maybe an hour or so, then it'll start to make its way back down before it consolidates. It'll probably consolidate first and then full on reverse. So just keep that in mind, guys. Other than that, let's see. Let's keep watching here. But yeah, don't be surprised if it reverses. If it reverses on you, that's completely fine, because if price comes back down, we can just take entries back to the downside. You don't necessarily have to be looking for buys forever. Rick said back to open, Maddie. Dijon said they got to make sure they don't lose a lot of money when it crashes later in the week. Exactly, Dijon. So they're pushing it up so that when price comes back down, it'll have some leeway. Seth said it's funny how they say the economy recovered when it's still down 13% from all-time high. And the same how after millions of jobs disappear, they celebrate how they created 1,000 or 100,000, 200,000 jobs. Yeah, no, I agree, Seth. It's all like, I don't know, it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. It just doesn't make sense, right? A lot of these big banks and these big institutions and stuff are saying that we're not going into a recession. But I mean, we're clearly in a recession. Inflation's going up super high. Rick said easy to explain, we're building back better. I mean, we'll see. I don't really care about the news too much. You know, if the market's volatile, that's great. All I care about is if the market's volatile. If we go into a recession, that's fine. I'm ready for the recession. We're traders, so it doesn't affect us too much. You know, your goal is just to make more money at that point. So it doesn't make any difference to me if we go into a recession or not. I know it's going to affect a lot of the, normal working people out there, because people are going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose a lot of things. But for us, it doesn't really affect us because we're trading both ways. We're not just buying. So if we go into a recession, great, we'll sell. If we don't go into a recession, great, we'll buy, right? There's no difference. Our analysis still stays the same. The only good thing about the recession would be the high volatility in the market. So that's something to look out for. Yeah, exactly. Seth said exactly, so much better. So I think this would probably be you guys' best opportunity. If you guys are just getting into trading and you guys are not consistent yet, this is your time to really lock in, so that if we do go into a recession or if you do lose your job or anything like that, I mean, you guys do have a backup to trade. I mean, I trade full time, so I don't have any other work to do aside from running K2 and stuff, but I don't have a job to worry about. So let's keep that in mind, guys. Always look out for yourself, because you never know what's going to happen next. Dell over here as well, currently posted some profits, currently up 1,013 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Majority wins for the day, so solid. Looking over here at Anelli. Anelli said, I've been waiting on official trades to take on my challenge, but I'm also working on my demo, trying to develop confidence in some of these trades on my live. So these are Anelli's demo profits, unfortunately, but still, he's still practicing to make sure that he's ready for the real thing once he takes him on his live account. He's currently at 4,220. So it doesn't matter, guys. If you guys are trading your demo, or you guys are trading your live account or your challenge or whatever it may be, just stay consistent, right? Don't take any breaks, because the more breaks you take, the more you're going to forget what you're doing. You need a routine. Like for me, for example, every morning I trade the same way. I look at the same things. I look at sentiment. If you guys ever look at what I do, so my whole analysis every morning is I look at sentiment, I look at the fundamentals, I look at the heat map, I look at the news to see if there's anything that would affect it. And that's pretty much it. I'll look at the trend for short-term moves, and it's the same process every single day. It's just the same routine, day in, day out. I trade from 6:30 to 8, call it a day, collect my profits, move on to the next day. Dijon said I might start stripping as a side hustle. I know they might need you out there in Atlanta. Right, Dijon? Let's see. So we got one more profit here from Milzon. Milzon posted his profits right here. His first account, he locked in 634. Nice work, Milzon. And then his second account over here, 604, a little less than his first account. So nice work there too. Mills on. And then his third account over here, locked in 202. So great work around. Mills said his loss was to test FTMO new lot size. So he took a loss there. He just opened and closed it looks like, just to see if his lot size was proper. So not bad. Great work all around, Milzon, with your profit so far. Rick over here said day one funded, done, no more over trading. So Rick over here locked in a total of 1,001 for the day. Nice work. So Rick's his day one of his funded account today since Rick's return. So nice work, Rick. Yeah, you just got to stay disciplined, no more over trading, no more back to open moves, none of that. Just wait for the quality entries, take it, and then call it a day. So price is doing exactly what we were anticipating, right? I drew this up earlier for you guys. I deleted it though, but price did push up slightly. It's now going to consolidation. This is where you guys want to be extra careful because now that price is in consolidation, and I'll just draw a rectangle right here. Now that price is in consolidation, one of two things are going to happen, right? Price is either going to reverse to the downside or it's going to consolidate for a bit before continuing back up. So just a heads up and just something to, obviously keep in mind. We have no zones around this area, so there's nothing that we can take anyways. Yeah, there's not really much for us to follow with here. Rick said to John, I'm sure you have plenty of customers just in this group, right? Maddie said V1 continuation at 704. Let me check real quick. 704. Oh, did you see the double body right here, Maddie? Yeah, so Maddie saw a double body right there. Obviously, I didn't take it. But yeah, played out nice. Looks like there's another one right here, Maddie. I'm not going to take this one though either. I'll follow it. So if you guys are familiar or somewhat familiar with like what Maddie's applying, he applies this little variation to the variation. It's called a V1 continuation. It's like the bare basic application of the V1 that we used to apply before we added all the requirements. Basically, Maddie's looking for continuations in the direction of price. Price is currently bullish right here. So he's looking for these double body rejections. There's no official strategy for this yet, but Maddie's testing it. I'm not taking this trade here. I'll just follow it and we'll see if it hits. So this right here would have been a buy. No entry off here though, guys. I'm just going to follow it, see how it plays out. Looks like it's going to hit TP. There you go. Price pushes up. Trend meter's green. Pivot's green. I'm not taking the trade though, so I'm just following you guys. Just want to give you guys the heads up. I'm not going to fall into this at all either. I'm just going to watch it. It's just not in a good area right now. Fundamentals are so bullish. So everything is pointing towards the upside. So it does look like a good entry, but I'm not going to take it. Looks like retail here is starting to hop into the sells. So with this said, I think this is a good thing because I think price is going to keep pushing up. Now that retail is starting to hop onto the sells here, they're starting to bandwagon onto these sell entries because they think price is going to reverse, right? So again, I'm not in this position here, guys. I'm just showing you guys an explanation of like what Maddie's looking to apply, but I didn't take the position. Thankfully, I didn't. But I think eventually at some point, price may swing back up. So I'm going to take this off because I don't want you guys to think we're in the position. But I just wanted to show you guys, what Maddie was talking about. Yeah, Maddie said didn't take that, price is sideways. I agree. So you definitely don't want to take any of those types of entries when price is consolidating. The only strategy that I would recommend taking when price is going sideways is the K2SR rejection, right? That's the type of strategy that works good during the summer session, because summer session is basically a lot of consolidation, a lot of ranging. So I talked to a couple of people recently, guys, and I think now that we're in the process or almost done with our rebrand of K2 into Kodi Kai Trades, I'm gonna set up a plan for you guys or for new people, basically like a 3-day or 5-day trading seminar where we can go over basically the basics up until mastering the K2 SR rejection. I think the K2 SR rejection is something that can be applied all year round. So I'm still going to have all the other strategies available for you guys to review. But I think the main strategy that I'll be teaching beginners would be the K2 SR rejection because it's such an easy strategy. It just takes a lot of patience and discipline. So just a heads up, I mean, there's a lot of planning that has to go into this. I'm still in the rebranding process. I still haven't come to a final agreement with the current lawsuit going on. So a lot of stuff going on, but I just want to give you guys a heads up because that's what I talked about with a couple of people recently. Yeah, Maddie said it's perfect because new traders can practice their discipline within this strategy. Yeah, no, and I agree too, Maddie, because these strategies don't come up very often. If you guys can see here that they do come up so every once in a while, but they don't come up super often. So this is a good requirement or a good strategy to follow, especially for beginners to develop discipline because the variations, they come up like almost every other candle, right? You'll see variations come up so often. You'll see these pivot scalps come up so often. So it makes it difficult because people want to take every single trade. The K2SR rejection entries or strategy will help with that because you're going to get like one or two entries per session. Vince is asking, what are the requirements for the SR rejection? I'll put them up right here. So they're right there. You're looking for wick rejection off the K2SR structure. You're looking for the trend, and you're just confirming directional momentum. So it's not that difficult. It's like an easier version of the K2 snipe. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of the requirements right here, feel free. Otherwise, I'll try to go over it on the next entry if and when it does come up. But price is just going sideways, so there's nothing for us to take right now. I'm glad to see the sentiment here is starting to pick up, though. Sorry, guys, looking at my messages here. So I got a couple messages coming in from other people. So let's see, Seth said recovering from last week's losses, currently up 11,974 for the day. Nice work, Seth. So not bad. I know you had a bit of a rocky end last week, but it's all good. It happens. That just keeps you grounded, right? For days like this, I mean, the market's so slow right now. I'm sure a lot of people are looking to. So this is what I see happening, guys, with price ranging like this back and forth. I see price shooting right back up, right? Because we're looking over here at sentiment. A lot of retail traders are hopping into these sells over here. I'm hoping more retail traders hop into the sells here because as you guys can see, this right here is just a lot of manipulation. Like they're just waiting for, they're churning this right here. They're basically making price go back and up and down so that people will hop into these sells here because they want people to think price is dropping. So what I see happening here is this might be, it'll go sideways, but it'll go down a little bit. So it'll go sideways, go down slightly, go sideways, and then it just keeps doing that until there's enough sellers in the market and they just spike price all the way up. So, you know, just a matter of identifying when that spike up is going to happen. But there's no zones around this area, so it wouldn't matter because we can't take any of the entries if they do come up. The zone should be coming up soon, though. So let me check here to see if anything has disappeared. I mean, it looks good for the most part. Yeah, nothing down here has really changed too much. It's just back in that same range. Hasn't broke outside of it yet. Maddie said continuation hit. So that continuation that we were looking at earlier, I think it did hit, right, Maddie? So yeah, the one we were looking at right here, guys, it was bouncing around a lot, but it looks like it eventually hit. Which one was it? It was this one right here. There, there was a bunch right here, Maddie. So there was one right here, and there was one that was right next to it too. So this continuation hit. This is the one that I drew up earlier. This one hit. There's one that happened right after it too, right here. So there's two backs to back that both hit. So not bad. I mean, yeah, it would have been solid if we would have taken it, but it's just too risky. See, Maddie said rejection off pivot 2 at 714. Yeah, I don't have all the pivots on here. 714, yeah. Right there, another one. So as you guys can see, like I gave you guys the foundation of like what strategy to apply, which would be the K2SR, but you can see that there's a lot of different areas you can identify rejections from. The continuation, the pivots. I don't necessarily recommend this, but if you guys know what you're doing, you guys can do it. I've done it before in the past, but it is risky. I try to just stick to quality moves. Maddie said, yeah, I don't want to force anything. He's been testing rejections off pivot 2. It's been a nice win rate. Yeah, exactly. So that was actually a good, so what Patricia just mentioned right here, she said, yeah, Maddie, double bodies by the pivots. So that's another thing that could be used as well, right? You can use a double body, but you can also use a rejection. It's just like multiple confluences. And here we go, as price pushes up. It's doing exactly what we anticipated. It's doing the opposite of what the retail traders are doing. So this went from 54% to 53%. What do you think? What do you guys think happened to that 1%? They got stopped out, right? So the people who are entering sells right here. So if we just replay this a little bit, if you're over here chasing this sell, where do you place your stop loss? At the previous swing, right? Right there or right there. So either way, if you took a trade like this for a sell, you have gone stopped out right there. Or if your stop loss was up here, you have gone stopped out too. See, double stop outs. So with that said, that's where the number changed. This was 54%, now it's 53. So this is why it's really key that you guys understand how to use the retail sentiment, because this shows you where everybody's trading. This is going to tell you where your logic should be. It's not very heavy, but it does help, and it does show you and help you predict, where price is likely to continue pushing or whether it's going to shift. Nice. Patrick said didn't take it, but high-low hit. Nice. So yeah, it looks like there was a high-low scalp that hit just right here. Or actually, no, this one right here didn't hit. Maybe this one down here, Pat. Yeah. So this is the one Pat was talking about. This one right here. Pat saw that high-low, took it, full TP. Nice work, Pat. Rav mentioned that MFF's frozen. So if you guys are an MFF, maybe heads up. All right, here we go. As price continues to move along. Price broke outside of it to the upside, did exactly what we anticipated. Let's see if price comes back to the retest, or if it pulls back into this area here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back into the zone here and it just continues to go sideways, obviously. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to update the buy lows. All right, looks good. See if there's any other news here. No, pretty much the same. Sentiment, still the same. Yeah, no, definitely. Maddie said analysis played out perfectly. Yeah, no, it did. If I was more on the riskier side today. I would have taken some speculative moves off those, but it's all good. Not really looking to take anything too risky. Rick said I got an Apple Card on Friday. Do you think that triggered Goldman's subprime program problem? I mean, who knows? All those challenge fees, right? Man, no, but I'm glad that you're funded. So waiting for that payout. Payout's gonna be nice. Now you just gotta stay consistent, right? As long as you stay consistent, you keep doing what you've been doing, and you'll be good. I'm gonna have to get Steven to message you for help. Turning it around. Rick said my challenge is maxed out on Goldman. Let's see what else is here. Let me check. Kenny sent a message here. Kenny said, hey, Sean, do you think that I should raise my lot size above 5 lot size since FTMO changed their lot sizes? Yeah, you should increase it times 10. So if you were using a 5 lot, yeah, 50 lot. So Kenny's asking me if he should increase his lot size. Yeah, if you're using FTMO, it should be increased by 10 times. If you're using a 5 lot before, it should be a 50 now. Hey Goldie, how's it going? So still no trades right now, guys. There's a new zone that's been produced right here. So it looks like we might have something to take at this moment. We just gotta wait for it to come back down for the retrace. Let me see if the zones down here are okay. Yeah, the zones down here look fine. It's just this new one up here. Yeah, no, definitely. Glad to see you back, Goldie. Goldie's asking, what lot size should I use for a 70K account? What's your daily loss and max loss? I'm not sure. I've never used a 70K account, so I have no idea. Oh, okay, so Goldie, you're on a 70K. Oh, you're in pounds. Okay. So I'm using 100 lot on mine. You should use a 50 lot on yours if you're on 100K, because you're just using half of what I'm using. So if you're taking these scalps here on the 1 minute, you should use a 50 lot or less. That's going to be optimal lot size. But you should never go anything past 50 lots. If you're trading something on a higher time frame, you got to change your lot size. So that's going to be different. But if you're trading what we're trading here on the 1 minute, then it would be a 50 lot. No, it'd be a 50, not a 5, because they've changed lot sizes on FCMO. You're on FCMO, right? Yeah, so you should use a 50. Yes, that's correct. They just changed lot sizing. It used to be 5 for you, but they changed it over the weekend, which is weird because I didn't get the email. I don't know where everyone else got the email, but I never got the email. So I would have been screwed today if I didn't change my lot size. But yeah, no problem, Goldie. Just keep an eye out because they might be changing it up. The only reason I know what it's worth is because I use the FTMO quick trade manager. So on the quick trade manager, it shows you how much risk you have. Like it shows you a dollar amount. So that's why I can kind of figure it out before actually taking the trade. Man, the market kind of died down a bit. It's 7:30 right now, so we'll see if it starts to move. Looks like sentiment here hasn't really changed at all, so they haven't really had the need to push price either way. Peter said you didn't get the email because you're making too much money, so they want you to make less. I know it's weird. It seems like only like some people got it. Casey didn't get it, so I'm not sure who got it. Or actually, no, Casey did get it. He's the one that posted earlier. Yeah, so Wesley shared it here. I don't know. It's probably gonna be in today's email back from the weekend. I mean, I don't know, we're probably just getting it late because we're here in the US. I mean, who knows? Kenny said, well, okay, I'll just raise it up and want to overdo it. Safe. Sorry. All right, so Maddie said there was another continuation at 924, which was right there. So a couple of these entries are hitting. As you guys can see, the market is starting to move a little more directional, right? Not super directional, but it is moving a bit more directional right here, which is a good thing because this is a sign that summer is ending. As summer starts to end, price is going to start to move very directional like this. So when price starts to move directional, we can start taking other entries like variations, pivot scalps, high-low scalps, etc. But right now we still don't have that confirmation. So this just might be a fluke where today it's moving directional, tomorrow might be flat again. So I don't want you guys to jump the gun and just hop onto these trades too early. If you guys want to apply them, you guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want. But if you do want to take these directional trades, I'd recommend that you use a smaller lot size until you get until you identify that that price is going to continue moving that direction, because this could be a one-time thing. Tomorrow it can go back to being flat. Same with Wednesday. I don't think it'll be flat tomorrow though, because we do have the inflation news. We have inflation news here on Tuesday. We also have inflation news here on Wednesday. Unemployment claims on Thursday with core retail sales, manufacturing index. And then on Friday, we have UOM consumer sentiment. So we got a lot of news this entire week. So I do expect the week to be a bit volatile. I don't know if it's going to be directional though. Let's see. Ruin said, yeah, Ruin, if you could message me on Telegram, just message me the email you signed up with, and I can check the system. I'll just message the support team and check it out. So send me your email and your TradingView username on Telegram if you can, and then I will forward it over to the support team to check it out for you. Or you can send it on here too on Zoom. I just don't want you to post it, or just it'd probably be best on Telegram, because once we get off the Zoom, I won't have it on here any longer. All right, so let's see. Price is still going sideways right now. Not really much going on. Here's the clean chart. Let me go ahead and just show you guys this right here. So price is going sideways. Price pushed up slightly. It's going sideways again right here. So as you guys can see, not really much has happened since then. What I'll do here is I'll go ahead and mark up the new high lows so that we could confirm market structure. As you guys can see, nothing's really going on. Price is really just going sideways right down the middle right here. Peter said in 30 minutes, consumer inflation expectations. Yeah, at 8 o'clock, right? So we do have news coming up right here. It looks like market might be flat for a bit until we get to that point. Hey, Brock, how's it going? All right, let's see what I'm missing here. I think we're good. Brock said still suffering from daylight savings, huh? Yeah, I mean, we're like pretty, I mean, I'm used to it now. Daylight savings changed like back in spring, so it's been like a good, I don't know, when did we change to daylight savings? Like in March. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's been 6 months in daylight savings. So we're fine here. We're actually switching because daylight savings changes again in the fall. So we're actually going to be spring forward. I mean, falling forward or whatever it is, fall back. Yeah. Spring forward, fall back. So we're going to have another, actually, I know I was trying to think right now. I was like, did I say that right? Thanks, Peter. Yeah, we're actually gaining an hour, so we'll get an extra hour of sleep, an extra hour of trading, basically. Brock, too bad I can't change my working hours. I understand. We're about done with it though. Nice, Brock. Yeah, no, I'm glad to see you back here too. So it's good to see a lot of you guys here back in K2. I know a lot of you guys had some stuff going on during the summer where you guys went on vacation and stuff and couldn't change, but a lot of you guys are back here. And you guys are coming back just in time because the summer was a bit choppy. You know, looking at the results for the summer, see, it really started to die down a lot. During June, July, August, the market was super slow. And then it's starting to pick back up here in September. So you guys picked the perfect time to come right back on. But the volatility is still low. So as you guys can see, nothing's really going on in the market. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I don't think we really have too much to look at today. You know what I'm going to do today too, guys, is I'm going to put a poll in the group to ask you guys if you guys want the mentoring session today or tomorrow. I know for some people, they can't make Mondays. So I'm going to put a poll here. When to post K2 group, or I'll just say group. I don't put K2 anymore on anything. Mentoring session today, Monday, September 12th at 2 p.m. or tomorrow, Tuesday, September 13th at 2 p.m. So if you guys can vote in the group, that'd be great. I just want to make sure that everyone can attend the session. So yeah, whatever time works best for you guys. I mean, it doesn't seem like we really need the mentoring session as much anymore because it seems like a lot of you guys are getting this K2SR strategy. This is the only strategy we're really applying. But I'll put the poll there. So if you guys want to vote, or if you guys don't even want to have the session, that's fine with me too. I'm really just attending the session for you guys. So we'll check on that a little later. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you guys don't want the sessions anymore, just let me know. But otherwise, I'll just go on, and then whoever comes on will go, because we didn't have too many people in the last week. I don't know, maybe people are just getting it now, which is a good thing. But for the new members, if you need help, you know, feel free to put your questions in the chat now. Otherwise, we will have the mentoring session either today or tomorrow, depending on how many votes. Looks like we got a couple votes here. Well, it's 2 votes. I'll just leave it there, and then we'll see where it goes in the next couple of minutes or so. All right, so let's see. Kenny says, fine, took a trade this morning, did notice a difference, all good. Yeah, no problem, Kenny. All right, so there's nothing for us to take right now. Price is still moving around. Let's see where our long-term bias is. Looking over here, fundamentals are currently up 304 points. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, this is perfect. So sentiment is now back up on the short side. It's 55% short, indicating that 55% of retail traders are currently selling. So we want to do the opposite and buy. With this many retail traders selling right now, it's not a lot, but it is somewhat of a bullish bias. So we want to look for buys here long-term with regard to sentiment. Fundamentals here line up with our sentiment, indicating to take buys here as well. Heat map over here is also very green. So this looks good. And our short-term bias right here is still bullish. Trend meter is green, pivots are green, or no, pivots are angling up with the green over the red. So everything here is still pointing towards a long-term buy. This drop right here is temporary. I think right now they're luring in some more sellers. As you guys can see, the number here started to increase. It's currently at 55. If this goes up to 56, this just indicates that retail traders are getting lured into these sells. And if they do get lured into it, that's perfect because it's going to set up for a big push to the upside. So we're just outsmarting the retail traders. That's what we're doing. So right here, price is still dropping. I wouldn't recommend chasing the sell here because price is likely to bounce off here, or I mean, if it drops even lower, it could bounce off here. But the main thing that you want to look for is going to be sentiment. So sentiment's going to be number one. Sentiment over here is currently at 55% short. So if this increases to 56, 57, that's going to indicate that, okay, price is probably going to start shifting to the upside. So we'll wait for it. There goes, price starts to swing back up. There's another zone here as well. Let me check these lower zones. Yeah, looks good. So this is now the current range. As you guys can see, the range has now gotten about a bit wider. The ranges over here are moving slower. It was tight low consolidation, tight consolidation. Now it's a big range. So this basically is the low and this is the high. Let me take a look at sentiment here. Sentiment's still the same. So it looks like whoever chased the sell here is now trapped in these cells. Now we have another zone right here. Perfect. All right, so we're still looking for buys here, but we need a buy momentum signal in order for us to take any of these buys. So I'll keep following it right here, see if we can get anything. But we need to get a bullish momentum signal in order for us to take any buys here. Not looking for any sells because the trend meter here is still green. Pivots here still bullish. We just need a confirmation of a swing back to the upside. All right, I've never seen the heat map this green. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, especially not right now. There's like one that's red down there. Amgen. Amgen's down seven points. So it looks like Amgen, or let me just refresh this. All right, so the only red stocks are Amgen and Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is barely negative, like 0.03 points, so it's not really down that much. Amgen is down 10 points, so Amgen is the only stock that's really holding it down right now. I think Amgen's a healthcare company, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I have no idea, but from what I remember during COVID, I think they were a healthcare company because they had stuff to do with like the vaccines and stuff like that. You know, I'm like surprised because I don't know if you guys have been following the COVID-19 vaccines, but since I think certain vaccines are not FDA approved anymore, they just have to get rid of them. And then they're just going to come up with brand new vaccines. So we might see a spike in like a lot of these medical stocks over the next couple of months because COVID vaccines are not going to go anywhere. They're just going to keep giving you guys new variations to it. It's like our variations, right? We started with one variation. Now we have like variation 3, variation 4. Peter said, can't wait for my 16th booster. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's basically like a new flu shot. All right, so we're looking for that bullish momentum signal right here, guys. We have the wick rejection off the structure. Seth said 16th, he's on his 23rd. Yeah, I never got the booster after the first. Well, I don't even know if I got the first booster. I just got whatever was required to travel. I didn't get anything else after that. Yeah, I'm expecting the vaccines to just keep coming. Seth said, how the hell do you think I know how to trade? It's the boosters, man. I know, right? It unlocked your trade psychology. All right, so there's nothing for us to take right now, guys. Price is still pushing around the area. Price is coming back below here. It's completely fine if it does. Seth said, you mean clog? I know, right? Ah, man, what's next? I was just talking about that with like some people recently. I was like, man, it's crazy. Um, like some people that trade that are around me, or not people that trade, but people who want to get into trading, they were asking how the summer's been. And I was telling people how like this summer is actually, it's weird because we're back to like normal conditions. For the past couple of years, we had COVID, and then we had this year the Ukraine war and stuff. So like the summers haven't necessarily been slow how they normally are. This year was actually pretty slow. So it felt like the summers back in like 2000, I don't know what, 2017, 2020, around that time before COVID happened. Because the summers are usually pretty slow, but for the past couple of years, the summers have been actually pretty fast, because of all the stuff going on in the world. I'm just kind of curious what's going to happen next. Because we had, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't even want to think about it. Just like the thought of another lockdown is like, it just blows my mind. But who knows? I mean, we could probably go into another lockdown at some point if something breaks out again. All right, still no entries here. Price is pretty much just flat. It's not really doing anything. It's 6:42 right now, so we got about like 18 minutes till 8, which is going to be our cutoff for trading. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. If you need to see any examples or anything like that, just let me know. Otherwise, I just make sure to vote for the mentoring session today. If you guys want it, if you guys don't want it, that's fine too. I'll still come on for whoever does need help with regard to the mentoring session. We have about only 6 votes right now. So if you guys can do it later or do it right after we get off this live session, that'd be great. Just put in your votes so that we can host it when we find a time that works best for everybody. Anyways, price is pushing back up right here. We have a pending buy signal. There's no wick rejection off the structure. So we're going to have to wait for the next candle here to open up before we can take anything. So I'm hoping this stays within this area here above the zone so that we can get that wick rejection off the next candle if we don't get it off this one. So just needs to stay above this area here in order for it to stay valid. Otherwise, it's going to be too far off. All right, looks good. So we need a wick rejection off this next following candle right here. We need a wick rejection, and then we need a moderate green candle. If we get a moderate green candle, we can take this for a K2 SR rejection. We got about 40 seconds left on the candle, so we still got a lot of time. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that you guys actually want to wait for the candle to close properly, right? Don't FOMO into the trade like I was doing earlier today. Actually wait for this one to close, because these candles are moving so slow that it's going to be difficult to catch it before closure. So we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. I'll be looking at it both on MT4 and on TradingView here. Volatility is just super low right now. Just keep that in mind. You got 10 seconds left on this candle. It doesn't look like it's going to close proper, and it didn't, or it did actually right there. So the wick on top is a little bit iffy, but let me see if I can get into here. Let me check it real quick. Check my MT4. Gotta make sure I'm following it to see where it's currently at. Just trying to get in at a proper pricing. See as it's pushing around there. All right, so let's see. I'm in the position. I got to watch it to make sure I have to pull out early if necessary. Hit TP right there, so I just manually pulled out. So I hit our TP right here, but the spread's super wide, and the candle here didn't close as good as I wanted it to. So if you guys are in the position, make sure that you guys pull out in profit, because they did hit TP right here. The spread would have caught you guys in the position, or I mean, you'd probably be trapped in it still, because the spread is 160 at the moment. So I pulled out manually. I locked in partial profit. Unfortunately, I only locked in 640, but it's okay. Profit's profit. I'd rather be safe than sorry, especially during this low volatility right here. So it's pushing back up. If you guys are still in position, make sure to pull out and profit. You guys don't want to be holding on to this for too long. Again, right there, it's hit TP. So if you guys are still in the position, pull out and profit. Don't get greedy. Today's not the day to get greedy, especially with this low volatility. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and then I'll show you guys my profits as well. So another win right there. And there again, it's hit TP like 4 times. So you guys are having a ton of opportunities here to pull out and profit. So everyone should be out in profit by now. Looks good right there. So let me go and take a screenshot of my profits. All the accounts are sitting pretty nice so far. All right, not bad. All right, cool. Goldie said, I must have missed your call, Sean. Were you like not listening to the analysis, Goldie? I know it's your first day back, so I just want to make sure, because I'm not sure if you're, because we were identifying this for a while, for like the past, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. So I'm not sure if like you're just not familiar with what we're doing, or because I want to make sure you understand for the next one. Okay, yeah. So you left for 2 minutes. Okay, that's fine. You just weren't here when I was making the analysis. So yeah, you missed it. We just took this one right now. I'll post the profit shortly. So if you guys are here and you guys don't understand like how these entries are taken, or like what we're looking for, just let me know so I can break it down for you guys. Because the main thing is that I want you guys to actually understand what's going on. Because I know it's hard to catch these trades, especially if you don't have the indicators. If you don't know what's going on. So yeah, you just missed it slightly, Goldie. I think like when you were gone, we were analyzing it and the trade came really fast. It was this one right here. So I'll analyze it shortly. Let me just finish taking screenshots of my profits to post for you guys. And then I will go over the analysis of how that trade was taken. The volume is like really low right now though. So it's hard to catch these moderate candles. You have to wait for the candle to close. And sometimes it closes moderate. And then at the last second, it just closes a little smaller. For this one right here, I kind of waited a little bit to take it because it didn't close necessarily as strong as I wanted. The candle kind of froze for a second there. All right, so I have my profits right here. I'm going to post them up. If you guys want to post your profits as well, feel free. So if you guys are on the Telegram, I just posted all my profits right now. So here are my profits so far for the day. Here's my main account. You can see the green strip. I locked in. I had to pull out early because the spread was killing me. It hit TP and it didn't pull me out. So I had to pull out manually, lock in 640 off this. A total profit of 2,730 off my main account. Here's my FTMO copier. I locked in 3,280. All wins, no losses. Here's my MFF. First one, locking a total profit of 3,030. My second MFF, 2,880. And then my third MFF, 2,930. So all my accounts, different profits, but they're all around the same area of profitability. So not bad at all with those entries there. So let me just go over this entry real quick to show you guys what we took in case you guys didn't catch that. So this right here was a K2SR rejection entry for a buy, right? We identified a wick rejection off the K2SR zone with a moderate green candle. This is the candle entry that we made right here. You can see the wick rejecting off the structure. It's a moderate green candle because it's not strong and it's also not weak. But right here, you can see the body is pushing up. It has a small wick on top. It's not bigger than the body, so it's fine. It fits the criteria. So this would be a SR rejection with a moderate green candle. Second, you want to confirm you're trading in the direction of the trend using the K2 trend meter and K2 pivots 3 and 4. So right here, the trend meter is green, pivots 3 and 4 The green is over the red, which is 3 and 4. And that fits the second requirement right here. A third requirement, you want to confirm you're trading in the direction of momentum. So you look back to see where the most recent momentum signal is. It's a buy signal right here, right? So you are trading in the direction of momentum since you're looking for a buy. With all those requirements met, we enter the buy here. TP was 100 pips, stop loss was 300 pips for just cushion to cover the spread, and it played out perfect. So that's why we made the entry right there, hit full TP. It hit full TP here and pulled down. I pulled out manually because the volatility was so low. It hit TP again right here, pulled down, and then it blasted right through it following it. So that's a breakdown of why we took the entry there and how the K2SR rejection strategy works. So there's my profits, not too bad, locked in. Another profit, SR rejection. So, I mean, not bad, guys. It's actually really good for a Monday because Mondays are usually kind of risky, usually kind of slow. Today was actually pretty solid. I took one FOMO trade, I took one actual trade, and then a second actual trade as well. So 2 official trades, one trade that was accidental FOMO, but you know, it happens. Okay, so some more profits right here. Let's see, Seth said last 2 trades at the bottom took some John Wick level of sheer level. So Seth over here is currently up 24,382 for the day. Nice work, Seth. Yes, not bad at all. Looking over here, you can see if there's anything else that's been updated here. Maria as well. She's currently up 533 for the day. Nice work, Maria. Looks like you would have had all wins. I think that first loss right there might have been an accident. Everything else looks like a straight win. Scrolling up a little more. See if there's anything else over here. Patricia as well. She's currently up 1,665 off this account. So nice work right there, Patricia. Solid profits overall. If you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free. Otherwise, we will continue on with our analysis here as we near the end of the session. Gosh, yeah, Maria said she was testing out the new lot size, which makes sense. Definitely. All right, not bad, guys. All right, Cern over here posted some profits as well. He's currently up 781 off this account, 736 euros off this account. So not bad, basically 2,000 euros off both accounts so far, Cern. Great work. Yeah, guys, great consistency. Cern over here, all wins, no losses, straight wins. And his percentage change right here too, pretty solid. So great work, guys. Yeah, we're getting close to 8. It's currently 7:53 right now, so we're about 7 minutes or 6 minutes now till 8. 8 is our cutoff time. There's also news coming up at 8 o'clock, so our cutoff for entering trades is going to be here at 7:55. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat right now. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon because we can't take trades anyways right now. We can't take trades 5 minutes before or after news, and news is happening here at 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to post them in the group. We did pretty good so far overall. I mean, for the first day this week, not bad. It's been a pretty good Monday, probably one of the best Mondays we've had in a while, because typically the market's been too slow or it's just been too difficult to hop into any trades. You know, price has been away from the sessions all day today, so that's great. All the red flags are down here. So it was perfect for us to take these trades here. Let me check the votes for the live session. So it looks like we have, I don't know if people just haven't voted yet or if my thing hasn't loaded, but we have about 6 votes. Majority are asking for today to be the mentoring session. So if there's anything else that you guys want, or if you guys want to vote to it, just let me know. I just want to make sure that I can make the mentoring session as accessible to everybody here. Because I know some days people can make it, some days people can't. It's really up to you guys which day you guys would like me to host it. So, all right, other than that, I think this might be about it, guys. It's 7:55 right now. News is coming up here at 8 o'clock. The news that's coming up is going to be, it's not on this calendar, but it is on my FX book. We have consumer inflation expectations in 4 minutes, which is low impact, but it's going to be a setup for tomorrow's news because we do have inflation news coming out tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I think that might be about it. Great profits across the board, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'm still in the process of rebranding, so you're going to see a lot of changes. You guys have probably seen the YouTube, everything's changed already for the most part. I spent my whole weekend working on this YouTube. It's crazy. It took me because the crazy thing about the YouTube is that I didn't realize I have so many videos. I have over 1,000 live sessions with you guys. So you guys can see that the name changed here, but I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's pretty remarkable to see that I've gone live with you guys more than 1,000 times. I think I have 1,600 live sessions. So if you guys ever want to go and vet any of my live trading sessions, I trade live every single day. This is as real as it gets. Like, none of this stuff is pre-recorded. All of it's live every day. I've been trading live for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years now. So all my videos here have added up. And it's crazy. Peter said, did you have to go video by video to change the name? Yeah, unfortunately I did, Peter. So the thing is, I was able to change the names, but here's the thing. So you guys can see how the titles here have the date on them, right? I can't change, I had to go through every single video and change every name from K2 to Kodi Kai. And then also the thumbnail here was a different thumbnail. So I had to go through and change every video one by one by one by one. It was crazy. I mean, I just pretty much sat on my screen all day for a good 24 hours and changed everything. But yeah, guys, I mean, there's a ton of resources here. If you guys ever want to go back and look at any of our videos here, I've been trading live for about 5 years, every single day. If you guys want to vet to see if I actually know what I'm doing, if the stuff I'm doing actually makes sense, or if it's even applicable, we have a ton of resources here. So if you guys are on the fence to, learn the system or trade with us, then go back and watch any video, because I mean, everything here is recorded and everything's documented. So there hasn't been one day where I haven't traded, unless it's a day that we had a holiday or something like that. But yeah, guys, other than that, I think that's about it. I don't see anything else for us to look at here. Yeah, let's see. Patrick said 1,600 lives. That's 6 years, 5 days a week. That's dedication to your group, Sean. Congrats. No, thanks, Patrick. I definitely. And it just goes to show, because if you guys watched my videos from 2 years ago, you guys can see that we weren't this consistent. I mean, I was good and I was calling trades, but we're not as consistent as we are now. Now it's crazy. The consistency that we make, the profits that everybody makes every day, it's just clockwork. It's another day, another profit, right? Today we made, so let's see, I'll add up today's profits that I made. So for today, I locked in off one account, 2,730 plus 3,280 plus 3,030 plus 2,880 plus 2,930. So this is how much I made across all my accounts for today. I don't ever look at profits, guys, but I just want to show you guys that if you guys have multiple accounts and you just look for these quality trades, I mean, your profits will add up, right? It's just a matter of being patient and disciplined. I think that's everyone's problem. Everyone wants to be super rich by tomorrow, but realistically, I've been trading live like this for years now, and I wasn't making this kind of profit consistently every day. But now it's become more of a rinse and repeat. So let's see, Deswell over here posted some more profits. Nice. So Deswell over here, he's paper trading, but he's still practicing out, taking these trades that we're taking here on the live. He locked in a total profit of, it looks like, almost over 2,000, almost 3,000. So nice work, Deswell. That goes one of them right there. And then his other account over here, same thing, currently up pretty solid. So nice work, Deswell. Let me see if there's anything else here. Trade on mobile. Let's see. Yeah, Patrick said even one trade a day on 10 lots for 100 pips is life-changing. Puts you in the top 6% of all of America's income working 1.5 hours a day. Yeah, no, exactly, guys. Literally. So just look at the long-term goal, guys. I don't really look at my profits daily. I look at them weekly, if not monthly. just to see like when I get my payouts and stuff. And I think that's the main thing. If you guys could focus on winning and not focus on making these huge profits, it'll make all the difference in your trading capabilities. But all right, guys, I think that's about it. If there's anything else that you guys need, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I might see you guys later today. Let me check the chat real quick. All right, so it looks like we have 57% of people voting for today and 43% of people voting for tomorrow. I'll leave this poll up for the next couple hours, guys. By 10 o'clock, I'll let you guys know if we're having a mentoring session today or tomorrow. Some more profits right here from Scotty. Scotty's currently up 1,255. Nice work, Scotty. And I think that's about it. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free. Otherwise, I will see you guys later today. If not today, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And if you guys have any questions in between, feel free to pop into the chat. So, all right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. We're